The alignment section of the iJetColor 1175p envelope press is the portion primarily responsible for ensuring the straightness of the paper before it goes under the printhead. In order to replace it, you will need the following tools: a 5/32 inch Allen wrench and a 5/64 inch Allen wrench. First, remove the entry bar from the machine. It is held on by 4 5/32 inch Allen screws. Set it aside after it is removed. Next, remove the feeder. It is held on from underneath by 2 black knobs with attached springs and washers. After it is removed, remove the front plug-in. After that, remove the alignment balls using the 2 black thumb screws attached to the back of the alignment wall. Now, remove the front alignment wheel by loosening the attached set screw using a 5/64 Allen wrench. Next, using a 5/32 Allen wrench, remove the 4 screws which anchor the alignment section to the frame. Move the belts to either side, then go around to the back. There, remove the tensioner on the small transmission belt using a 5/32 inch Allen wrench, followed by the screw which sits beneath it. Then, remove the transmission belt. Finally, we will remove the alignment section from the machine. Grip the unit by the space in between the green belts. It may need some jiggling to get loose. Be careful not to bend the shaft, which protrudes from the front. Once it is removed, you may either continue this video and replace the section, or go to the video on disassembly and replacement of the green belts. The tools you will need in order to perform this repair are a T15 Torx wrench, an adjustable crescent wrench, or alternatively, an 11/32 inch and 5/16 inch nut driver, a Phillips head screwdriver, a flathead screwdriver, and a 3/32 inch, 5/32 inch, and 3/16 inch Allen wrench. Please note the following pieces of terminology. Operator side refers to the side of the alignment section facing the operator of the machine. The non-operator side refers to the side of the alignment section opposite of that. The entry side refers to the side of the alignment section from which the paper enters from the feeder, and the exit side refers to the side of the alignment section from which paper exits in order to go under the head. Refer to the diagram on screen when needed. If you are viewing this on the iJetColor wizard, the diagram can also be found right below the video. To begin, remove the back wall of the alignment section by removing the fine adjustment thumb screw. Be careful not to lose the attached spring and washer. Then, remove the 2 Phillips head screws holding the back wall to the table. Now, flip the section over and remove the coupling belt from the non-operator side of the alignment section, using the 5/32 inch Allen wrench to remove the pulleys. Note that there is sometimes an extra pulley on the entry side of the table, which can be seen being pointed at on screen. Using a 3/32 inch Allen wrench, loosen the head of the set screws on all of the black couplers at the ends of the shafts. Remove the outermost couplers. Next, using the flathead screwdriver, remove the E-clips from the ends of the shafts. Once finished, remove the screws from the aluminum brackets using the 3/16" Allen wrench. When complete, finish removing the black couplers, which we started removing earlier. Remove the top two Torx screws on the non-operator side of the shaft bracket using the T15 Torx wrench. Note that on earlier models of the alignment section, there may be spacers on the other end of the black plate, as shown on screen. Next, remove the exit side screws from the top base of the aluminum shaft bracket. These will also require the T15 Torx wrench. Once they are gone, carefully remove the aluminum shaft bracket and the exit side fastening block. Next, remove the 4 L brackets using the T15 Torx wrench, 3/32" Allen wrench, and adjustable crescent wrench. Remove the 6 Torx screws from each L bracket, then use the Allen wrench and adjustable wrench to remove the long countersunk screw on each one. Remove the black cross braces by removing the screws which attach them to the base plate. Then, remove the non-operator side base plate. And slide the 2 cross braces out, followed by the green belt assembly. From here, slide off the black bracket from one end and, if needed, remove the E-clip from either shaft using a flat-bladed screwdriver in order to slide off the pulleys. If you are only replacing green belts, you won't need to worry about removing the pulleys. Walk the green belts off as needed. Replace the green belts by walking them onto the shaft, then reattach the E-clips if needed and slide the black bracket back on. Reattach the green belt assembly by threading it through the base plate. Reinsert the black cross braces. Note that there are 3 holes on one side and 4 on the other. The 3-hole side is the operator side, which is on the left in this shot. Reattach the non-operator side base plate. Note that the countersunk holes come in 2 sizes. The smaller hole sits closest to the belt bracket. Now, flip the section over and reinsert the 10 screws which hold the cross braces on. Note that one side has 4 screws and the other has 6. Do not tighten them all the way until all 10 are started. Reattach the L brackets and the nuts which affix the long screws. Again, do not tighten them until every screw is started. Next, reattach the shaft bracket. Make sure that the entry side bracket, the one which still has its screws, entraps the 2 operator side pulleys. Perform the same routine on the exit side, then reattach the screws on the side which anchor the black portion of the shaft bracket to the gray portion. If your shaft bracket contains spacers, as seen in the image on the screen, make sure to include those as you attach the screws. Only tighten them enough such that the holes on the top of the gray portion line up. Reinsert the screws at the top of the gray portion of the shaft bracket. Then, once done, finish tightening the screws on the side. Reattach the aluminum bracket at the non-operator exit corner of the section. Slide the black couplers onto the shafts, one to each side of each shaft. Do not tighten them yet. Then, reattach the smaller aluminum brackets. The longer ones go on both sides of the middle shaft, and the others go on both sides of the entry side shaft. Once all brackets are in place, screw them to the frame. Move the knurled shafts such that the non-operator side ends of the shafts are roughly aligned with each other. The operator side end of the middle shaft should be much longer than the non-operator side. Reattach the E-clips to the end of the shafts. Thread the remaining black couplers onto the ends of the shafts. Tighten the set screw on the interior couplers first, taking care not to press the side of the coupler into the aluminum bracket. Flip the alignment section over, taking care to sit the section on the aluminum brackets. Reattach the back wall to the alignment section by reattaching the two countersunk screws. Then, reaffix the spring-loaded thumb screw and tighten it down about halfway. Next, we will realign the alignment section. The steps to perform this are as follows. First, measure the distance to the seam between the plates at the exit and entry side. If the difference between these two distances is greater than a 32nd of an inch, you will need to adjust. This can be done by attaching a drill to the entry side knurled shaft and slowly turning it. Do this, remeasure the distance, and then do it again if necessary. You may perform a finer adjustment with the spring-loaded thumb screw if needed later once the alignment section is reattached. Now, flip the section over. We are going to reattach the two pulleys and transmission belt to the non-operator side of the alignment section. In order to do this, first put the belt on the two pulleys. Now, line them up with their respective shafts. It is crucial that you ensure that one of the set screws on each pulley is aligned with the flat portion on the shaft. Once those are lined up, carefully slide the two pulleys and the belt onto the shafts at the same time, and then tighten the set screws to hold them in place. Ensure that the transmission belt transfers motion fluidly between the two pulleys by attaching a drill to the operator side shaft, where the steering wheel will eventually go, and slowly turning it. The belt should move slowly and not jump any teeth. To reattach the alignment section, start by threading the front alignment shaft back through the hole in the front. Carefully lower the non-operator side of the unit back into position. It may be necessary to slightly bend the sheet metal skin on the entry side in order to make room. The small aluminum plate which previously contained the belt tensioner may get caught on the belt pulley. If this happens, lightly tap the top of the alignment section to move past the blockage. Next, reattach the screw and belt tensioner to the plate at the back. Pay close attention to the orientation of the tensioner. Do not move the tensioner into position yet, and do not tighten the screw all the way. Attach the frame screws to the operator side of the alignment section first. Then, attach the frame screws to the non-operator side. Now, we will reattach the transmission belt. Loop it around the pulley on the right, then across the pulley on the left. Move the tensioner into position and tighten its screw. You may now also tighten the bottom screw. Next, attach the front alignment wheel and tighten the set screw. Make sure that the set screw aligns with the cutout on the shaft. Finally, reattach the entry bar and align it with the printhead. The alignment can be done by measuring the distance from the entry bar to the printhead on the operator and non-operator sides, and adjusting the positioning of the brackets on either side until the difference between the two distances is 1/32 of an inch or less.